plugin companies don't want you to know this. In this episode, we dig deep into the plugin industry and expose why most companies avoid showing you direct comparisons between their plugins and the stock ones that already live in your DAW. Are they hiding something? Is it marketing hype or sonic advantage? This isn't just another gear talk. We're questioning the system. Strap in. What if I told you most plugins you buy don't do anything your DAW can't already do? The psychology behind plugin purchases. Do you have gas? You know, gas. Gear acquisition syndrome? Now you know, you turn on YouTube, you try and look for something to do, listen to some music or something like that, or see what's new. And then that plugin video come out. Now you already got that. How many EQs is it gonna be for you to get the right mix? Do you want your stuff to sound big? Or do you want that glue or that grit? A subtle smoothness of compression. You want some delays, some chorus effects. Or how about we just mix it in a pot and give it to you like this? Have you fell for that? And you went to go get some of those plugins? And when you look in your DAW, you trying to mix, you got all of these options. Somebody's playing with our emotions. I mean, they get a guy to vouch for something. First, they give the hardware accolades. Then they get a guy who has platinum plaques and Grammys. And then they make the plugin look just like the hardware as well. And I mean, this is a serious marketing strategy here. And then they get the guy on camera and then they say what they say. Hey, it kind of sounds like the song. Yeah. Okay, so look here. Magic, glue, vibe, analog warmth. These are some of the terms that were used to sell you something. Think you're gonna get that vibe, right? But what is it that you already want? What you already have must be everything. And they know that you want your stuff to sound good. So you start acquiring more plugins. And you're searching for that sound, and this one promises you this, and this one promises you that. And the whole while, you got everything already in your DAW. Like, really think about it. Is there any comparison from the plugins that they're trying to sell you that sometimes cost more than your DAW? Sometimes, most times, but there's never been a time where they actually compared their plugin to your plugin that's in your DAW and show theirs as the superior EQ or compressor. Hey, I bought it, but I'm not sure what changed. Are you one of those people? You bought something, and for some reason, you just pull up that quick EQ that you've been using since you got your DAW, and you just dial in what you wanted. And you go back and you're like, wait a minute, but I just spent like $300 on this damn EQ over here. Now some of them, they got their little ways and little fancy stuff, but it's what they won't show you. The lack of A and B comparisons in official plugin video. I haven't ever seen UAD show their Protec EQ against a Logic Protec EQ or even any other DAW EQ and explain why you would want that EQ over that. Now, plugins is math. It's ones and zeros. There's no possible way it can actually sound just like the hardware. There's things that cannot be measured for things that are unseen, for things that can't quite be heard but only felt. I'm talking about harmonics, real harmonics. Like waves, have they ever even showed any comparison? Soft tube. Now you know those plugin companies you like. Can they actually have a shootout between DAWs and your famous plugins? Why these companies never do this? I mean, imagine if they did it. The sale is done if it sounds exactly the same or even the DAW sounds better. The sale is done. It's dead in the water. They can't push it. Transparency. If they were very transparent, I don't think they would be getting sales like that. I really don't. It kills profit. And as a business, they want to make profit, so their job is to sell what they did. My thing is, they already know artists are getting ripped off left and right in a sick ass monopoly ran by record companies, and no one wants to do anything but say anything about it. And they selling a plugin for all of this marked up thing, and it's a duplicate of a duplicate of a duplicate. No resale value. Imagine trying to sell plugins and you come with this old ass computer nah, you gotta take this whole thing. You want that plugin, you can't resell that shit. So of course they're not gonna be transparent about you. They selling you on hype. They messing with your emotions. YouTubers, I know y'all gotta get y'all bread. I know. I would like to see y'all do a comparison. For y'all that like to push these plugins and get these little kickbacks, I want y'all to do a comparison with the DAW versus those plugins. And I would love to see that. I don't feel like doing it, so you do it. What most DAWs already have. The hidden power of Logic, Ableton, FL Studio, Studio One, even Pro Tools. Logic, for instance, has a platinum digital compressor, a Studio VCA, which is basically the red compressor from Focusrite. They also have the FET compressor, which is the 1176. It'd be great if they did the blue one also. They have the DBX compressor on here, which is called the VCA. There's another VCA, which is basically the SSL bus compressor. They have the vintage compressor also as well, another FET, and they have an opto compressor. Now you already know what those are based off of. And yes, when you click through them, they have different behavior in the way they compress. You can actually hear it. Now, does it sound like hardware? No, we in a digital realm. The job is just to get it done. I'm basically seeing this as transparent, which is what the plugin companies are not. So that's the way I perceive every EQ, every compressor inside of the DAW. Logic has saturators, chorus, phasers, stereo wideners. I mean, it has a plethora of effects that you can use and synthesizers. It has some of the best sounds, stock sounds in any other DAW. Now I admit, the synthesizer sounds, you know, they need a little work. But the EQs and the compressors and all the other stuff, okay. When third-party plugins do matter, some of them, I guess they can have better metering, better visuals. You know, if it's an aesthetic thing for you, instead of a functionality. For me, it's a functionality thing. Sometimes it's an aesthetic thing. I may grab the SSL collection and use that. Sometimes the presets, if you're aiming to get some quick presets of a classic gear or something, you know, and then you may tune that preset to fit whatever you like. It could be for those reasons. It could be for workflow, I guess. Now, special editing, true analog modeling, I don't believe it's true analog modeling. It's one plugin that I use. It's kind of like the analog modeling, the decapitator. You know, various tubes and stuff like that. You get various distortions. And I just click through the buttons at the bottom with it cranked all the way up to see what sounds good through it. And then I just back it off. I may use the dry wet knob and balance out the signal. But to me, that's as far as where they win at. The bigger game, the real reason they don't want you to know. It's not about sound, it's about belief. When you believe a plug-in is better, you work differently. Companies are selling you confidence in sound, not sound itself. You don't just buy plugins, you buy an identity, a feeling of control or shortcut to pro. In other words, they're selling you illusions, false hopes. You want to use what the pros use, but you know, and they know, you don't have the access like that. That's why various hardware companies are making remodels and remakes and dropping the prices down low. Get low, get low. I'm not saying never buy plugins. I'm saying don't buy what you already have. Know why you're buying. Know why you're doing it. Be intentional with how you spend your money. And appreciate what you already have in front of you. Believe in yourself, not a plugin. Not some guy somewhere who doesn't even know you alive. Or some lady who doesn't know you alive. Believe in yourself. You create. You paint your vision. And it doesn't matter what tool you use. So always appreciate what you already have in front of you, because that may be all you really need. And these plugins, they just complicate things. They get in the way. They give you too many options, too many decisions to make. Stresses out your creativity. Just keep it simple. Don't believe all that warmth and this, that, and the other. Really, how I choose to beat plugins, I just get some hardware. They emulate that anyway. And if you really want to track everything through something, you can do that. And you will find out you use less plugins. Things that just mesh well, just real easy. Proper gain staging is a must. But don't sleep on your DAW, especially the plugins. They know what you're gonna do with that. So they gave you everything you need, especially Logic. Yes, especially Logic. But they do need to work on them synthesizers though. Until next time, if you like this content, it ain't about what you buy. It's about what you hear.